Story 1. My friends always want to split the check evenly. This has been an ongoing issue. I have a friends group that likes eating nicer food. Personally, I am fine getting something cheap on the menu. The issue is, my friends always want to split the check evenly. I have had the conversation so many times that I want to pay for only what I ordered. It always results in an argument where I have to bend or everyone is mad at me. I make a lot more than my friends, so they basically call me cheap. They just don't get that I want to pay for my own meal and no one else's. Anyways, we went out to eat yesterday and they all ordered things that were around $30. I got the house salad and my total was around $12. As usual, they asked the server to split the bill evenly. I asked the server to add onto the bill an entree and dessert for me to take home. This resulted in my bill going up into the 30s. My friends asked me what I was doing. I told them I was getting more food, and they got upset that I increased the price they needed to pay. This resulted in another argument, and they think I am a jerk. Am I the a-hole in this situation? Story 2. My sister has cancer but ruins everything for me. My sister, who is 26, has been on and off out of the hospital. I'm going to call my sister Anna. Anna got cancer when she was 15 and was able to beat it. Ever since, she has been having growths, and anytime one appears, we are worried about the cancer coming back. My issue is that she always makes these announcements that she needs to go to the doctors again at the worst times. At the beginning, I thought it was just bad timing, but it has happened so many times when I hit a milestone. For example, my graduations, my birthdays, my engagement party. Anytime she makes an announcement that she needs to go back to the hospital, my whole family will flock to her. I have had my birthday dinner turn into my relatives flocking to her for the whole night. I had a dinner party to announce my wedding date for my relatives. It was going so great, and it was a fun time until Anna told Mom she needed to go back to the hospital. Soon, everyone forgot about the reason for the dinner party and it was quiet. My aunt even stepped in to do a prayer for Anna. Another event was taken over. I went low contact with Anna after that. I invited Anna to the wedding, and it is in 2 weeks. I just learned today that she is in a wheelchair. She will need to use the wheelchair just in case for the wedding. I asked if the rest of the family was informed, and my mom told me no. I told both of them that they need to inform them, but my mom told me that they don't want to worry them and won't do that. I have had enough and told them, you need to tell the rest of the family before my wedding. Again, no. I then informed them that Anna is not invited. This started a huge argument about how I'm a jerk, and my point is that I am sick of Anna always stealing the spotlight. So, am I the a-hole in this situation? Story 3. We are not your therapists. I was at a bookstore last night after work. When I got to the register, it was empty. A moment later, an employee came back around with another customer. The other customer got in line behind me while still chatting with the employee. I could tell the employee was a little uncomfortable as she called me forward. The other customer stood literally right behind me as the employee kept doing the brush off of, yeah, oh really? Wow. The other customer was talking about how she had recently been diagnosed with cancer, going into details about the treatment she'd need. Finally, she became quiet when it was clear that the employee was focused on my transaction and trying to ask me the whole, do you have a rewards card? Do you want one? Spiel. That's when the other customer turned to me and started telling me the same story. I said that I was sorry to hear about her diagnosis and went back to speaking to the employee. The customer still kept talking right in my ear, saying, yeah, I'm so pissed. Why'd this have to happen to me? Finally, I told her, you need to back up and give me some space. Stop interrupting our conversation. She started saying, I have cancer, I need to vent. I said, again, sorry to hear that, but we are not your therapists, back up. She backed up and went silent. The employee looked relieved. I told my wife what happened and she told me I was rude because the woman was clearly going through a traumatic experience. I said that, as a former retail worker, I despised people who unloaded their days on me, and she was clearly making the employee uncomfortable while also standing right next to me. Story 4. Nanny wants to quit after being paid double. My wife and I had our first child last year, and it's been quite an intense few months. My wife has been on an extended maternity leave, but on top of that, we've also hired a nanny/maid to assist us with the baby, as well as keep the house in order. She stays in our guest house. To celebrate our anniversary, I planned for my wife and I to take a trip by ourselves in order to reconnect and give us some proper time away from our son. She was excited about leaving, but was slightly concerned about leaving our son behind with her mother and the nanny. Trying to ease things, I asked the nanny if she'd be willing to come along with us on our trip and take care of the baby, stressing that most of the childcare responsibility will be hers and more rigorous than usual. She happily jumped at the idea, so I arranged her ticket and agreed to pay her double her usual rates. The trip was a week long, and our arrangement was going quite well at first. My wife was relaxed, we reconnected, and our son was close by whenever we missed him. We would take our son and give her a break, either in the mornings or afternoons. On our last day, she asked if we could take the night shift as she'd met someone who'd asked her on a date. Besides that, going against our arrangement since we needed her at night, I'd already paid and planned an intimate date on the beach with my wife for our last night. It became a bit of an issue with her trying to guilt my wife and saying we were being unfair, but by the end of it, we didn't give in, and she looked after the kid. Upon returning, my wife heard her on the phone saying that she was thinking of quitting over all of this and that we were blocking her future. My wife thinks we made a mistake. I don't disagree that it's unfortunate, and I truly wished she could have gone on the date, but we paid her extra and specifically told her that she would need to look after our son every night. Am I the a-hole? Story 5. I refuse to order takeout for my roommate. I am a 28-year-old male living in Canada, and I usually get along well with my 29-year-old female roommate. I'm originally from China, where I have family and savings bank accounts. The other day, my roommate commented that I must spend a lot on takeout as I order takeout, like 4 to 5 times a week. I then explained to her that I don't really spend much since I only order from a small number of Chinese restaurants who have an agreement with me, and they don't use standard delivery apps. I pay them in Chinese currency and arrange the delivery over an app called WeChat, so there is no tip and tax. They also give me discounted prices. A week later, she didn't have many groceries left, so she asked me to add something for her and that she would pay me back. I refused because she isn't part of the agreement, and I don't want to betray the restaurant owners. Furthermore, she wouldn't have been able to pay me back in Chinese currency. She seems upset and isn't being as friendly. Am I the a-hole in this situation? An update to the situation. Okay, the problem has been solved. I contacted 2 of the restaurants, which are the ones I most frequently use, and they told me it is fine to order for my roommate. She doesn't want to install WeChat, so she just orders food through me and pays me back. For those saying tax evasion, these restaurant owners are really kind people and often even give free meals to struggling international students. I am not a student but still use their services. This is a lot cheaper than Uber Eats and DoorDash, but you can only order at lunch or dinner time. Story 6. I kicked my sister out for not being vegan. My girlfriend and I were going to host Thanksgiving dinner last year. We had everything planned, and we invited our closest family members, including my girlfriend's parents, my siblings, and my sister's family. Unfortunately, we had some health issues concerning my girlfriend's pregnancy. Even though she was 31 weeks pregnant just a few days before Thanksgiving, she had to have an emergency C-section. I won't go into too much detail with that since it's irrelevant, but we had to cancel dinner since my girlfriend and our baby had to be in the hospital for a bit. My girlfriend and I decided to just stay home during Christmas and New Year's Eve since she was still recovering from the surgery, and we honestly didn't feel like doing much. However, since she's feeling better now, she thought that it would be a good idea to throw a family dinner to make up for all of our missed holidays this year. Long story short, we planned a dinner for yesterday. Keep in mind that my girlfriend and I are vegan. Usually she doesn't mind being around cooked meat, but we prefer to not have it in our home. My sister is married and has 2 kids, both boys under 10 years of age. My girlfriend and I cooked for everyone, and when our families came, my sister's husband asked where the real food was after only seeing vegan dishes. My girlfriend is a little bit oversensitive, so I took my family aside and kindly asked them to not make any harsh comments like that. They said they'll be careful, and my sister's husband apologized. However, as I was finishing cooking some of our food, someone rang the bell. My sister said, "Oh, it must be the delivery for the kids," and yeah, it was. She had ordered fried chicken for her kids since they surely won't like what my girlfriend and I cooked. This caused a big argument between me and my sister, since she didn't tell me that she was ordering meat. The discussion escalated, and I ended up asking my sister and her family to leave. After that, my parents got upset with me, and they left as well. We ended up having dinner with just my in-laws and my brother. I feel like I did something wrong because now my parents or sister don't want to talk to me unless I apologize for being an extremist. In my mind, I was only trying to keep my girlfriend comfortable and happy in her own house. I need some different perspectives on this situation. Am I the a-hole?